Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and today I'm going to be looking at all the video games that I'm looking forward to the most this fall season in 2018. Fall season is always the busiest time, in my opinion, for video games because they have so many of the AAA games coming out at this point and so many games every week coming out that I've done this actual video 8 times now. This is my 8th year doing the fall season preview because to me this is almost bigger than E3. Almost. Actually, over the last few years, I would say that looking forward to the games that are coming out this fall is more exciting than the past few E3s because they haven't been up to par. Maybe my expectations are a little bit too high. Maybe I'm getting older. Or maybe it's just that the games that they're releasing and the announcements aren't as big as reveals as they used to be. Not necessarily saying that the games aren't big enough, but the amount of announcements that are showing up exactly at E3 aren't as many as there used to be. Anyway, that's a rant for another video. Let's talk about everything that's coming out. Now, usually I try to start in September for this, but what always ends up happening is I start talking about August games because there's a few games that come out in August that I feel that are pretty big. So, let's start this off with the first game that's coming out, which is the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection coming out on the 21st of August, just a few days away at this point. I've never played any of the Shenmue games. I've heard numerous good things about them, but I've never played them myself, and I'm very tempted to pick up this collection, or maybe watch maybe a playthrough of the first half hour or something like that, and seeing if it's my kind of style. And I'm very tempted to get this game. Not right away though. Next up, coming out on the 24th of August is Little Dragon's Cafe on the Nintendo Switch or PS4. I am so excited for this game. I think that this is my most anticipated game of the year at this point. It came out of left field. I had no idea that it was gonna that they were working on a game like this. To me it seems like a blend of Harvest Moon, the old school Harvest Moon, maybe like Story of Seasons kind of people, mixed with a little bit of an adventure game, mixed with a dragon somehow, mixed with like a cafe or restaurant game like Overcooked. Not exactly the same as Overcooked. Overcooked is just insane amounts of chaos. I don't think that game's going to be like this, but it's just I don't know. There's just something about this game that it's not this big action game that you're able to kind of just maybe not grow crops because it doesn't look like you're doing that. I honestly don't even know really what you're going to be doing in this game. You have a little bit of a restaurant. I know that much. I know that there's a dragon that hatches and you have to take care of it, and you have to explore the world. That's it. And I was hooked right from that. So I cannot wait for this game. That's definitely a day one pickup. I pre-ordered the collector's edition as well because this just seemed so much like a game up my alley. Next up is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate coming out for the Nintendo Switch 4 days after that on the 28th. Really, the Switch has quite a few big releases in the next little while. So happy that Monster Hunter is getting brought back to the Nintendo consoles. I mean, we had Monster Hunter Ultimate 3 on the Wii U. We had it on the 3DS. We got Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS as well. We got a few different other Monster Hunters afterwards, Generations or something. So, they've really liked the Nintendo console, or Nintendo brand, and now we're getting it on the actual console, which is on the big screen. We haven't had that since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U, like I had said. So very happy that they're getting their own, especially with all the success that Monster Hunter Worlds has had. Very happy with that. I definitely want to pick this up, just not right away because there's so many games in September. It's crazy the amount of games that are coming out. Okay, next up after that, the last one for August. On the 31st is Divinity Original Sin 2 coming out for Xbox One and PS4. Looking forward to that. I still got to pick up the first one though. It very much seems like a game that I would like, the Divinity series, but I haven't tried them out yet. So I want to pick up the first one and then eventually pick up the second one. I'd assume the first one's relatively cheap, so that's a good thing. But there's always so many games and so little time. That's why I'm okay with so few games sometimes. It's like, oh, this game got delayed. I'm like, I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. Next up is starting September's lineup with Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age coming out for PS4, coming out on the 4th of September. I'm very much looking forward to this. The only thing that's a negative is that I have so many pre-orders for September that I can't pick it up day one because I have so many games to play that it's ridiculous, and I I couldn't pick this game up too. I really want to, and I will pick it up, just not day one. But it's so much my kind of game. But then if I play that, I know that I'm gonna be playing like 100 hours or something into it, and I won't touch any of the other games that I want to be playing during this month. So it's crazy. Next up is Marvel's Spider-Man coming out for PS4 on the 7th. Very much looking forward to this. This finally seems like a return to form to what we've always wanted the Spider-Man games to be ever since we played Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. This is, to me, I always compare it to, this is what the Batman Arkham games are for Spider-Man. Cannot wait for this game. On the 14th of September is Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming out for Xbox One and PS4. Once again, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is one of my favorite series, and I have to get this. This is a day one pickup, so right after Spider-Man, I'm also picking this game up, so I just couldn't justify getting Dragon Age like 3 days before. I don't know, maybe I'll get tempted and I'll get it too, but I'm trying not to, because I'll play it for 3 days and then something else will come out and I'll have to play it. Only positive thing is that Shadow of the Tomb Raider and I assume Spider-Man are going to be relatively short games. Like, I don't see them pushing 30 hours. They might with all the side quests and stuff, but I'm not huge on side quests. Like, I don't have to beat them all. So we'll see. Next up is, I want to talk about this one because it's getting it's a DLC, but it's getting a physical release. Now, I do it in quotation marks because it's getting a physical box, I guess, like case, but it's a digital code inside. But still, I'm so happy that I can put something on my shelf for this, and this makes me really want to pick it up. However, I still haven't played the first game, and I haven't played the second one yet. That's Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country, coming out for the Switch on the 21st. Haven't played the first Xenoblade Chronicles, or haven't beaten the first Xenoblade. I played maybe like 5 or 10 hours of the game, which means I haven't even scratched the surface of it. And then I'd have to play the second one, and then finally this one. But just so happy that it's getting a physical release. Love that. I hope that they continue this cycle. Everybody says physical's dead. I mean, technically you don't get a physical game, but still I get a case, and that's I'm still I'm happy with that. Would prefer a disc though, or yeah, you know what I mean. Next up after that, or the same day, Spyro Reignited Trilogy coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. I'm surprised that they didn't release a Switch version of this, because they eventually they had Crash Bandicoot on PS4 and Xbox One, and then eventually they released that on the Switch earlier this summer. So I was thinking that, like, since they did Crash Bandicoot, they could do Spyro. Wouldn't be too hard to put that on the Switch, but it's not there yet. I think that eventually it will come down there on the line. Down the line, we'll eventually get that, but not yet. Next up, Valkyria Chronicles 4 for the PS4 and Xbox One on the 25th. A lot of RPGs. I would say that this past year has been an excellent year. Like, to be an RPG fan, I think that we're finally starting to push that forward. Monster Hunter Worlds, Monster Hunter, the one that's coming out for the Switch that I just talked about. We have Dragon Quest. We have Octopath Traveler that came out earlier in the year. We have Dragon Quest. We have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the DLC. We have Valkyria Chronicles. Like, that's a lot of RPGs coming out. Vita is technically pretty much fully dead now at this point, which is unfortunate. I really like that system, but I think that eventually, and now that 3DS isn't pumping out a lot of games, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more for the big consoles, and that's always a good thing. I do like my handhelds, and I mean, that's why if I have the opportunity, I'll probably pick them up on Switch, depending on what the game is. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the RPG genre is kind of being brought back, kind of, lately. Alright, where am I? Forza Horizon 4 coming out for Xbox One on the 28th of September. Forza Horizon's the only ones that I kind of care about, and I will eventually pick these all those games up, but like when they're cheap. I'm talking about like $10, $20. I never want to pay full price because I don't get that much of an enjoyment out of them, especially for $80 here in Canada on release date. It's just, that's not happening. Next up is Mega Man 11 coming out on the Nintendo Switch and PS4, I think, and I don't know. I just know I would be getting it for the Switch. That's coming out on October 2nd. And finally, Capcom is releasing more Mega Man stuff. We just recently had all of the original Mega Man series, the Mega Man X series, being re-released, and now we're getting a sequel, Mega Man 11. finally they're listening. Now, hopefully, they could also make Mega Man Legends 3. I would love that. They can start from the ground up, come make something completely different, and maybe more something that has to do when I first saw Mega Man Legends 3, it wasn't exactly it was still kind of what I wanted, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and I just want more so of what Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 was. Anyway, they're making more Mega Man. It's a good thing. Then we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming out for Xbox One, PS4 on the 5th of October. Looking forward to that, but they have so many Assassin's Creed. I actually thought with last year, because they waited 2 years to make that Assassin's Creed, I thought that they were going to get into the groove of waiting every 2 years for Assassin's Creed, which in my opinion would work so much better, because I don't like that they're making a game, basically the same game just in a different setting every year. Awesome games, but man, we need room to breathe. You're turning into Call of Duty. You are Call of Duty at this point. All right. Does look good though. Next up, Super Mario Party for the Switch, also on the 5th. Or no, I think Assassin's Creed was the 2nd still, sorry. And now on the 5th is Super Mario Party, which I am very much looking forward to. They do have online play, but only for the mini games. We're a step closer. Nintendo's understanding that it's still very fun to play, but I think that Nintendo has to understand. They say that the reason why they don't want to put the full board game on there, which makes no sense to me. Just put it on there, and if people play it, people play it. If they don't, they don't. Is that they think that people will not want to play like a half-hour game. Are you sure about that, Nintendo? There are people that will play for hours on end playing a game. Now, just because a match normally lasts 5 to 10 minutes, there are games, like look at MMOs. That's an entire session that lasts hours upon hours. I think a board game like Mario Party will sustain people and have people play it until the very end. And if they don't, that's fine, because we all have enough friends that we can, say, Mario Party Online, we're playing that. We only need like myself and 3 other people. Let's do this. This is going to be a blast. And they'll stay. And then you could just, if they leave, you switch it for a CPU. That's all you need to do. And we'd still have lots of fun. Anyway, I'm still very excited. Definitely picking that up on day one. Then they have The World Ends With You, the final mix on the Switch, on the coming out on the 12th of October. Kind of looking forward to this one. I've never played the original game. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. Everybody swears by this game, saying it's one of the best games that came out on the original DS back in the day. I'm tempted, but I'm gonna have to see more of it, because I don't know. Next up is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, coming out for Xbox One and PS4, also on the 12th. Kind of looking forward to that. I do like the Black Ops series more than any of the others, but I just have not played a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2, which is, a crazy amount of years ago. And I used to pick them up every year, because I still did enjoy them, when they went into the future, I just didn't really care for that. Might pick this game up, definitely not day one, but like when it's down to like $20, $30, I would pick it up. Battlefield 5 is coming out on Xbox One and PS4, like 4 days after that on the 16th, so it's Battlefield versus Call of Duty. I don't know how I feel about Battlefield 5. I liked Battlefield 3. I haven't played Battlefield 4 yet. So I'm in no rush to play these games, but yeah, I am kind of looking forward to it, because it still is Battlefield. Then Red Dead Redemption 2 on the 26th, coming out for Xbox One and PS4. This was my most anticipated game of the year until Little Dragon's Cafe, and I know that that's crazy that Little Dragon's Cafe is currently beating it, but I've played Red Dead before, right? I've played Grand Theft Auto, loved them to death, and I think I'm going to love this one to death as well. This one very might well end up being my game of the year. However, Little Dragon's Cafe is just so different, and it just scratches some kind of itch that I really want to check out. But Red Dead Redemption 2 could honestly be my most anticipated game of the year. I love Rockstar. I love the setting of the in the West during the late 1800s, early 1900s. Loved Red Dead Redemption. Loved Red Dead Revolver. I can't wait for this game, and I know that I'm gonna sink a crazy amounts of hours into it. Definitely a day one pickup. I think I had this pre-ordered as soon as it came out. The first time that they announced it and the pre-orders were available. And I got it for $50 too, which here in Canada, that's $30 off, which I'm very happy with. Hitman 2 is coming out on the 13th of November for Xbox One, PS4. Still haven't played the new Hitman, but I do really want to pick that up because it looked really good. And just all of a sudden, Hitman 2, I really, this one came out of the blue. I didn't even know that they were making the sequel so fast. Then we have Fallout 76 for Xbox One, PS4 the day after on the 14th. Looking forward to this. Very different from what the normal Fallout games are. I'm happy that they kind of went this route though, instead of making a full MMO where there's like hundreds of people. I think that would not be Fallout at all. Having just a few select people, that's all right to me. And I like that they didn't go a single player game because I don't feel that I personally do not need a single player Fallout game this soon. We just had Fallout. What feels to me, we just had Fallout 4. I'm not the biggest Fallout fan though, so that could be why. I'm not crazy excited for it. Next up, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, coming out for the Switch on the 16th of November. Looking forward to this. I'm so happy that it's kind of like the remake of, Pokemon Yellow, I guess, or Blue and Red. But it's still, to me, it's kind of like the last 3DS games where they kind of changed it up a little bit and it's not the full like Diablo version, but it's still not exactly what I want. It's much closer to what I want. I'd say that the biggest negative of this though is that to catch the Pokemon you have to kind of throw, kind of like Pokemon Go. Don't really care about that at all. I still hope that there's random battles where you can just like grind. That Pokemon is about the grind. It's going around, attacking Pokemon in the wild. It's not just about the trainer battles and the that's not what I want. Still looking very much forward to it though. Definitely a day one pickup. Darksiders 3 is coming out for Xbox One and PS4 on the 27th of November. Looking forward to that. Does look kind of good. Not a day one for me though. Just Cause 4, Xbox One, PS4 on December 4th. I don't know why all the Just Causes come out in December, or the last two did anyway. Crazy amounts of fun, chaotic, massive amounts of explosions, massive amounts of just things going crazy and wild. Very much looking forward to this, just not on the day one, because I know that they'll be super cheap in a few months from now. And finally, for dates that are confirmed, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch, December 7th. Looking forward to this. I feel that they've shoved this game down our throats, though. I guess it is their biggest seller that they think is going to gain the most amount of Switch sales for the end of the year, for Christmas. I get that. That's why E3 was forever, and then they had a specific Nintendo Direct just for that. I'd be like, it's coming out in December. Sell us on some other games. Sell us on Little Dragon's Cafe, Monster Hunter. Give the little smaller games some shine here instead of Super. Everybody's gonna buy Super Smash Brothers. I'm liking it, but because of the crazy amount of hype that they're kind of putting into it, I'm kind of like, everybody's freaking out of Super Smash Brothers. I'm like, it's gonna be the same that we played on the Wii U. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna have different locations, a few new characters. It's a fighting game. Fighting game enthusiasts, I'm sure for all of you, you're gonna see crazy amounts of differences, and it's gonna be like, oh man, this completely changes the game. For me, I'm not at that level at all. So to me, it's just another Super Smash Brothers. Love the Super Smash Brothers series, but it's coming out. I'm gonna pick it up still, but it's just not crazy hyped. It would never be in my top 10 games of the year. I do not think. If I played everything in that year, if I really played everything, I mean, top 5. We'll go top 5. It would probably make the top 10. Let's be honest. All right, and the last two games that are supposed to be coming out this year, but as far as I know, they do not have release dates yet. Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition. I don't know if you can notice, but at the top there, I have 2 collector's editions for the Tales series. Very much love the Tales games, and Vesperia I have not played. I don't know if I want to pick this one up or just go and get the Xbox 360 version and kind of play that. Do I get this one? I don't know. Either way, I'm going to pick it up at some point. I just don't know if I want to play the original and then play the definitive edition. I'm really weird like that. It's some kind of OCD. I might just get the definitive edition. But the question then at that point, do I get it for the PS4? Because pretty much a lot of the Tales games are on Sony consoles. Or do I get it on the Xbox One because the original one came out on Xbox 360? Or do I get it on the Switch because then I can play it on handheld mode? I have reasons for all 3. It's so difficult to choose. I have no idea. That's probably why I'm just maybe I should just pick it up for 360 because I can only get it for that system. We'll see. And then last but not least is very much rumored, but I think it's official now. Diablo 3, the definitive edition or Ultimate Edition, something like that, coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I am going to triple dip in that. I have it on PS4. No, sorry, I have it on PC, not PS4. I have it on PC and Xbox One, and now I'm going to get it on the Switch because I absolutely love that game. And being able to play that on handheld is awesome. And I want to support this because I want Blizzard to see that Nintendo deserves these kind of games. And usually when somebody else, like, if they ever made a Grand Theft Auto for the Switch, I would definitely pick that up because being able to play that on the handheld would be crazy. And I want to support that and show these developers that, yes, you should be making it for the PlayStation and Xbox consoles, but also Nintendo because there's a fan base there for that. So there you have it. That is the entire list of 2018 games that I'm looking forward to the most. I might have missed something. If I did, let me know in the comments below. The ones that I'm looking forward to the most, definitely Little Dragons Cafe. Dragon Quest XI, not day one though, unfortunately. Monster Hunter, very much looking forward to. Marvel Spider-Man, that's a day one. I got a pre-order for $50. So that one. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, also pre-ordered. Looking forward to that one. Super Mario Party, I'm looking forward to it. Not a crazy amount, but I always have a lot of fun with the Mario Party games. Red Dead Redemption 2, for sure. Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And Diablo 3. Those are all the ones that I'm very much looking forward to and cannot wait to play. And September is just jam-packed with goodness. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. You've been Bearded In. Beardage!